Dzień dobry, ja jestem Szymon, a to kolejny odcinek z Kingdom Come Deliverance, 32, o ile się nie mylę. Poczekałem sobie 2 dni, aż będą cały czas plądrować? Nie plądrować, Szymon, tylko atakować tym trybuszem. Przepraszam, jeżeli będę ciąkał, ponieważ jestem lekko chory. No właśnie, słyszycie? Minęły już 2 dni, więc chyba mogę już do nich podejść, do borszka. Dobrze, jestem.
I'm here.
Can't you see we're still bombarding? You came too soon.
Pieprzysz. No ale dobra, nie wiem, to podejdźmy jeszcze, prześpijmy się godzinkę. Nie mogę spać dłużej, no dobra, niech będzie. Sobie to... Dobra. Bożek oczekuje mnie. No dobra. Mamy zadanie. Czas więc atakować Talmberg. Przepraszam, że tak się trochę mało odzywam, ale nie chcę się odzywać tak ten.
Since Sir Divish's colours still aren't flying over Talmberg, I suppose we'll be attacking.
Just so. That Istvan's a stubborn bastard.
All right, when do we start?
There's no reason to wait. Are you really ready? If you need to rest or anything, we can still wait. You won't have another chance until we've won the day. Or until your final rest.
Ja jestem gotowy.
I'm ready.
Glad to hear it. We're going to attack on 2 fronts. The north gate and the west wall, which will scale with ladders. The attack will be split into different stages. Taking the outer walls, the inner bailey, and finally the core of the castle and the tower.
Atak... Przepraszam, kurde. Szturm na bramę?
How are we going to attack the gate?
We'll try to do as much damage as we can with the trebuchet first. Keezer claims he can even hit it directly. Even if that's true, we'll have to charge through a downpour of enemy arrows all the way to the portcullis.
Portcullis?
Fortunately, it's wooden, so we'll be able to break it down. But dealing with the defense in the bailey won't be easy.
Atak na zachodnie mury?
And what's the plan for attacking the west wall?
First, we have to get men to the wall with ladders, which is no easy matter under fire, so we'll need as many men covering them as possible. As soon as the ladders are in place, our foot soldiers will run up and try to scale the wall. Once a few of them get to the battlements, we should quickly gain the upper hand.
Jak zdobędziemy blanki?
How will we take the battlements?
Either by scaling the west wall, or our men at the gate will help. If they can break through, that is.
A przedzamcze?
And the inner bailey?
That will be tough. Even if we get through the gate and into the outer bailey, we're still a long way from victory. The castle is designed so we'll be like hens in a coop to anyone with a bow on the inner battlements. We'll have to either fight our way through, or somehow get around them.
A co z pomieszczeniami... Jezus Maria, pomieszczeniami mieszkalnymi?
What about the living quarters?
There, I'm worried most about the hostages. Once we're inside, Istvan will know defeat is inevitable, but we'll still have to fight for each and every room.
Dobra, myślę, że usłyszałem wszystko, co chciałem wiedzieć.
I think I've heard everything I need to know.
Do you want to join the attack on the walls or on the gate? Remember, many of the Skalitz men will follow you. It could make a big difference.
I'll help with the attack on the walls.
I'm proud of you, Henry. You've changed from an insolent pup into a tough, reliable fighter. And as God is my witness, we will kick those whore sons' arses.
A village lad and an old soldier? This van must be shaking in his boots.
If he's not shaking, then he doesn't know what he's got coming. Just one last thing, though. No matter how good the plan is, something always gets fucked up. Keep your eyes open and take advantage of every chance. Help your comrades, and don't go rushing in where you're outnumbered. We have to take the castle gradually. one position after another.
I'll remember that.
Good luck to you, stripling.
Good luck to you, old soldier.
Old soldier. Szkoda, że takiej armii nie możemy mieć normalnie. Przynajmniej mamy trochę łuczników. I jebut. Udało się. Do ataku. Będzie epicka bitka. No tylko się musi załadować, więc trochę kiepsko. Pyk, pyk. No już panie. Panie dziejaszku. Szturmuj mury. Nie ma problemu. No tylko, że tego. You know. Please, start. No kurde, jeszcze się ładuje. No dobra, rozumiem. Ładuje się, ponieważ... No... W końcu jakaś większa liczba żołnierzy. Ci, to są mieszkańcy. Co ci się dzieje, stary? Okej. Mogę? Używamy drabiny i pieprzamy się. Mogę już wyjąć miecz? Gdzie ktoś za mną? Musimy zaatakować i będzie wszystko dobrze. O chuj. Nie. No ty ch... Czemu oni nie mieli w ogóle zbroi? Oła. Ale mu przywaliłem. I atak. Zabity. Czy ktoś z tych... Tutaj nikogo nie ma. Zniszczyć ich na mury. Oczyszczone. Przed zamcze. Z tyłu, o jacie. Jeżeli widzicie lagi, to spokojnie, ja też widzę. O, ciężko się walczy z tymi lagami. Co ten łucznik taki mocny? Dobrze, zabity. Wiecie co, dobrze, że się trochę wycofujemy. Właśnie to czemu oni są po tej stronie? Mogę wiedzieć? Przecież to my atakowaliśmy. Spoko. Zdobyty. O jacie. No dobra. Mogę powiedzieć, że to jest duża bitwa. Halo! Siemka! Oj, ładnie zabity. No dobra, muszę powiedzieć, że to nie jest. Może i to są bandyci, ale jednak dobrze uzbrojeni. Nie wiem, czy... Dobrze, są zabici. Ja bym sobie poszedł na górę. Czy jest tu ktoś? Halo, 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 czy tu jest pani Szczepanka? Nie, nie ma jej. Czekajcie, przepraszam, że tak nagle ale... Idź na wieżę. Wieża jest tu. Mam nadzieję, że dobrze robię. Tu jest wieża? No i to nie jest wieża. I tu się walka skończyła, hejka. Może tutaj. Jak się tam dostać? Tędy, tędy. Aha, tak chyba. Tak, i tutaj trzeba podejść. Na szczęście to jest zamek łatwy. No chyba na samą górę trzeba podejść. Opa. Jeszcze wyżej. Czy my będziemy tutaj? Halo, halo. Tu nikogo tu nie ma. O kurde, stracę życie. A nie. Okej. Czy jednak do dołu trzeba było iść? Zobaczmy, co się będzie działo dalej. Mam nadzieję, że nie będę musiał wybierać pomiędzy Radzikiem a Szczepanką. Ej, ja byłem w wieży. O co tu chodzi?
Sir, we should give the order.
Let's see if Istvan Toth can worm his way out of this one.
Don't tempt fate, Hanish.
Istvan! It's
Jednak
over!
góra.
You want us to come and get you?
I wouldn't advise that. Your friend Divish wants to see his wife alive again.
And Sir Radzig? Are both hostages unharmed?
For now, Hanush, unless circumstances change.
I'm glad to hear it. My guest is also safe and sound, but he's also quite keen to go home. I imagine you feel the same way. It's been a long time since you warmed yourself at your own hearth.
I'm in no hurry. I've plenty of supplies here, grand view and excellent company. What more could I want?
Your freedom!
Freedom? Freedom to get an arrow in the back?
Sir, we're all noblemen here, all bound by honor. I give you my word as a knight and lord, and that of my companions. If you release Lady Stephanie and Sir Radzig, you may leave the castle with your men and go on your way unharmed.
And just how far will we get? What good will it do me if your men attack us in the woods instead of here?
If you give me your word of honor that you will leave and never return, I promise you safe passage to the boundary of this fiefdom. What happens after that is up to you and the will of God Almighty.
Very well then. but I want a small safeguard. I'll give you her ladyship, but Radzig comes with me. I'll release him in Skalitz.
Out of the question! Is our word not good enough for you?
Is mine not good enough for you? I swear I'll release him when I get to a safe distance.
I'll go with him, Hanush. Let the Lady Stephanie have her freedom now.
Father!
Don't worry, son. I trust Lord Toth's self-interest more than his word. He wouldn't be fool enough to harm me.
If you're certain, Radzig.
Prepare horses and supplies, and tell your men to pull back. We'll come down.
You heard him. Get to work. And any man who breaks his truce answers to me!
So are you really going to let them go?
My word is my bond, Henry.
He's a cutthroat and a liar. Good men are dead because of him. What's to stop us from skewering him as soon as he sets foot outside?
Our honor!
If you let him go, he'll do the same again. Or worse.
God's justice will find him. And then, he'll get a taste of my mace.
If we break our word of honor, we have none. And without honor, we are nothing. Never fear. Your father will be all right.
We'll hunt down those vermin yet.
Bring the horses.
Here she is, as I promised. Not a hair on her head harmed.
Divish,
Stephanie.
forgive me, husband. I'm sorry
For what?
for letting them into the castle.
Come now, my dear. You're not to blame.
I didn't know who he was. He said he was your friend.
Did he hurt you?
No.
I hope your word can be trusted.
Certainly more than yours.
If everything goes as agreed, I'll set Radzig free in Skalitz. If anyone tries to follow us, I'll kill him.
We won't.
My apologies for keeping you from your father, but you'll see each other soon enough. Oh, I almost forgot. Your sword. I expect you'll want it back after all the trouble you went to. Actually, you know what? I think I'll keep it. As a memento.
This isn't over. I'll find you.
I look forward to it. Yeah!
Quick! To the battlements! We have to see which way they go! Oh, they really are heading for Skalitz. Mount up, Henry. You've heard what he'll do if we follow them. We're not going to follow them. We just have to collect your father. Or do you want him to walk back here when they release him?
No dobrze, jedźmy więc z Janem. No fajną zbrojkę też bym taką chciał.
What do you mean?
How long have we known each other? A few weeks?
Something like that.
Before that, I was chasing wenches around Rattay and you were digging turnips. And now look at us. A pair of veterans.
I was an apprentice blacksmith. What a turnip.
Śmieszne.
Same difference, you silly bugger.
No i się zablokował. No dobra, ja znam drogę do Skalicy. Jedziesz ty... No nie masz, no. Tylko szkoda mi tych rozmów. Już ciekawe rozmowy mogłyby tu być. Kurczę, strasznie się dziwnie czuję. No ale okej. No i gdzie jesteś, ptaszku? Dobra, przyspieszmy. No, ptaszek. Krzyż pokutny. Michael Feubach. Ty, odblokował się chyba. Odblokowałeś się? Odblokował się. Dobra, chodźmy. Mam nadzieję, że Radzikowi nic się nie stanie, bo byłby to dramat.
What do you think? Will Toth keep his
Miejmy
word?
nadzieję.
The noble, right?
Yes.
Jak
So am I.
So Radzig will be there.
Dobra,
What should I say?
co mam powiedzieć? No i rozmowy poszły się walić, przepraszam was. Chciałem wam pokazać, ale zablokował się głupi ptak. Czemu tu mamy ze sobą 3 ludzi?
There's no sign of them. Move on.
Ciekawie.
There! I'm glad to see Ishban kept his word, sir.
Not half as glad as I am, Your Grace.
Well, we kept our word too, and now Toth has had his head start and he's fair game. Which way do they go?
To the north, but I would be careful, Sir Hans.
Fear not, Your Grace. I have twice as many men as he. Well, I won't keep you any longer. I'm sure the two of you have a lot to say to each other. Let's go!
2 razy?
Are you alright, Father?
I am. They treated me quite decently. Although they did steal my horse, so I'll have to go back on foot.
Ja mam konia. Co, to koniec jest przygody naszej?
It looks like it's all over.
Not by a long shot. It won't be over until we get this mess cleared up.
Catch that
Na
bastard.
Zygmunt?
How could we let him go?
Would you rather we killed him? Even if it meant Lady Stephanie and I died too?
No, of course not. But what was to stop us from killing him after the
Honor.
exchange?
Honor?
Honor.
If the word of honor of a nobleman could not be trusted, then he would never have agreed to the exchange.
And where's the honor in abandoning your son?
You know how it is. We were young. It happened. And I couldn't marry a commoner. Then your father, Martin, came along and took care of both of you.
He knew it.
What? That I was your father? Certainly. He was a great man. He took you as his own. And always kept an eye on you. Of that you can be sure.
I know so little about his past.
He told you nothing. Oddly enough, even though you don't have his blood, you're very like him. When he was around your age, he became bored of his trade and set out to see the world. He lived through many adventures, even fought in a war.
In a war?
Yes, in Poland, I believe. And I don't think he cared much for it.
That's why he wanted me to stay at home.
He spent some time in Prague, then settled in Kuttenberg. But it seems he quarreled with someone there and finally ended up here. You know the rest.
I loved him, but even so, I somehow always had a feeling I didn't quite fit in.
It was in your blood, I suppose.
I lost the one thing I had left from him. Your sword.
Ah,
O ty złodziejaszku.
it's not my sword. It's yours. For a
Myślałem.
moment there, it was so near, yet so far. Oh, well, it
Myślałem,
can't
że
be
go
helped.
ukradł.
It was almost within my grasp, but just then I had something else on my mind.
Well, I think we may yet have a chance to get it back. This business with Toth is not yet over, unfortunately.
That's a chance I'd welcome. Not just to get the sword, but that bastard Istvan too. And then I'll find that German whoreson who torched Skalitz, and I'll slay him with it. I'll never forget his face. Or his name. Mark Vart von Aulitz.
Those are noble intentions, son. But don't forget there are other things in this world that are worth living for.
Like what?
Look around you. Blue skies overhead, green grass underfoot, beautiful girls. Good wine, a few good friends, and a fine steed under your backside. Those are things worth living for. Though I can't deny that swine who killed your mother must pay for what he did. But it's better not to dwell too much on that, at the cost of those other things. On the subject of steeds, I think we'll have to ride like the Knights Templar.
How's that?
2 up. One day I'll tell you how they got their seal. You can take the front. It's like I always imagined it would be, teaching my boy to ride. Although it would be better if you were a little smaller. My word, it's all go today, isn't it? I wonder who this is.
I think I know. It's Margrave Jobst.
The king's cousin? I wonder what he wants. I guess we'll find out soon enough.
Ciekawie. To już koniec? To już jest koniec, nie ma już nic. No dobra. Mam nadzieję, że będzie druga część tej gry. Albo nie wiem, jakieś rozszerzenie. Czy cokolwiek. Ale no super no. Szkoda tylko, że tak no dziwnie się kończy, ponieważ zadanie się nie skończyło, żeby znaleźć Markwarta z ulic. No ale no nie wiem no. Także więc mogę wam tylko powiedzieć, że dziękuję za oglądanie no. 32 odcinki. Niektóre po godzinie. Świetnie się bawiłem przy tej grze. Naprawdę. Nie mówię, że była dopracowana, ponieważ sporo brakowało jej. Jednakże to, co ona prezentowała, jest tak fajne, tak dobre, że po prostu nie rozumiem, jak na przykład ludzie mówią głupie rzeczy o tej grze. No kurde, no. No cóż, no. Zobaczymy sobie jeszcze napisy do końca. Obczaimy, czy są jeszcze jakieś zadania, czy może to nie jest jednak koniec. Ale na razie ja się tutaj kurde zamykam, a wy sobie oglądajcie. Jeszcze zrobimy sobie taki mały gameplay i... A raczej nie gameplay, tylko jakby to powiedzieć... Kurczę. No, nieważne, zobaczmy. Po prostu zobaczymy, czy są jeszcze jakieś zadania takie ten. Dobrze, tak więc zapisy za nami. Zobaczmy, co się dzieje potem. Biedny sam Henry? Albo z Teresą będzie zaraz.
You're doing well, son.
Father.
Come now. You know who sired you.
That doesn't matter now. I miss you, Amar. I miss you very much.
You'll be fine. We're proud of you.
For what? I let you down. I lost the sword. I let that bastard get away.
Don't be so hard on yourself. There was nothing you could have done to save us. And someone has to live and carry the torch. As for the sword, it's just a thing.
You didn't want me fighting. Now look at me.
Standing up to evil isn't the same as sowing its seeds. You did what was right. I have to leave you now.
Oh, please.
You know I can't stay.
Will I ever see you again?
God knows. Make her proud.
Don't go.
Oh, don't go. No.
What on earth were you dreaming about? I couldn't wake you, and it's well past dawn. Sir Radzig wants you at the upper castle. The lords are in council with Jobst.
Right. I'll go straight away. What is it?
It's just... I don't know how to address you anymore. All of a sudden you're Sir Radzig's son, hobnobbing with lords and ladies. And here's me, as common as muck.
Oh, give over, you idiot. Do I look like a lord to you?
Not really. You're as much a lord as I am a nun. And I've never looked good in a habit.
Get out of here! Or I'll have you clapped in the stocks.
No, czybyśmy grali dalej? Czy może jest to dalsza część? Nie, bo gra ma potencjał na drugą część, jeżeli dzisiaj jest koniec. No to jest w sumie... Więc... Czemu mam swoją zbroję? No mamy jeszcze główne zadanie. No, czyli to nie koniec. Epilog. Idź do górnego zamku w ciągu dnia na spotkanie z margrabią Jobstem. No dobra, chodźmy od razu. Nie ma co czekać. Dzisiejszy odcinek będzie strasznie... O Jezus, ale ścinki. Dzisiaj będzie odcinek dłuższy, o wiele dłuższy. Nawet nie wiem w sumie, ile już nagrywam. Ja bym chciał jedynie wiedzieć. Epilog. Nie ma tufa, jego ludzie rozprzeszli się, ale wciąż kilka spraw zostaje nierozwiązanych. Zemsta. No niestety nie ma tutaj Markwarty, więc no to zadanie ciągle jest, więc... Dobrze.
Oh, Hal. Are you going to the meeting with Margrave Jobst as well?
I am. What about Istvan? I assume...
That we didn't catch him? No. Because if we had, you'd be the first one to know. Have no fear. We'll get him eventually.
I hope you're right. Anyway, let's go and see what Jobst wants from us.
Dobrze. Zobaczmy, co chce.
My lords, Christ's blessings on you all.
And on you, Lord Gapen.
And this is my son, Henry.
I didn't know you had a son, Sir Radzig.
It came as a bit of a surprise to young Henry, too.
This gentleman here is John II of Liechtenstein, a member of my council.
I'm honored, gentlemen.
Come join us. Margrave Jobst was just about to tell us the reason for his visit. Your Grace?
I'm sure we're all agreed, Your Graces, that all this unrest must come to an end. This kingdom needs a king.
Question is, which king?
My cousin, Wenceslas IV, who is being held in captivity.
I have to confess, my lord, that your answer surprises me a little. If I'm correctly informed, until recently you sided with your other cousin, Sigismund.
That I cannot deny, and I have always stated my position plainly. But times have changed.
How have they changed, Your Grace?
Sir, there is one thing on which we undoubtedly concur, that King Wenceslas, unfortunately, did not inherit his father's gift for governing. Sadly, his failures have cost Bohemia, the nobles, and our whole Luxembourg family a great deal of money and effort.
How did the king let it go so far, damn it?
It's in his temperament. He cares only for wine, women, and the hunt. A king, in fact, who never wanted to be king.
Then why didn't he just let his brother have the crown?
Young sir, the crown weighs heavy when there are duties to be performed, but to surrender it means giving up great privileges too.
But he did surrender power to his brother. When things started getting out of hand, Wenceslas appealed to Sigismund for help in restoring order.
What, you're saying Wenceslas has invited him here?
This is starting to make my head spin.
Actually, it makes sense when you think about it. Sigismund wanted to re-establish the power of the whole House of Luxembourg. He thought if he helped Wenceslas win the imperial crown, in return his brother would help him become the king of the Romans, and leave the actual reign of Bohemia and the empire to him. Sigismund would govern, while Wenceslas could carry on doing what he was best at, enjoying the life of the imperial court.
Why wasn't Wenceslas crowned Holy Roman Emperor long ago? He was already elected king of the Romans. All he had to do was go and let the Pope put the damn imperial crown on his head.
Who knows? Maybe he'd prefer hunting and consorting with bathhouse wenches to spending time with the Pope.
Well, so would I must admit.
Sigismund's plan seemed sound enough, but it didn't quite work out, did it?
It worked for a while. He and his brother reached an agreement. Sigismund took over administration of the kingdom and began planning Wenceslas's journey to Rome for the imperial coronation. But then Wenceslas realized he would just be a puppet with a crown.
I must say, Margrave Jobst, Wenceslas and Prokop behave rather like naughty children in need of a good clout about the ears.
Sigismund would agree. He was already planning his rule of Bohemia, and all of a sudden, the rug was pulled from under him. I'd say he lost his patience and decided he'd drag Wenceslas to the coronation kicking and screaming if he had to. Just like a naughty child, as you say.
So he abducted him and your brother Prokop too, if I heard correctly.
Correct.
And you helped him do it, if I heard correctly.
Yes, your graces, it's true. I was there when Sigismund abducted Prokop. I thought everything could somehow be settled, that we could make my brother see sense. But Sigismund just wanted to put an end to the dispute once and for all, whatever the cost. There was nothing I could do to stop him. And that's one of the reasons why I'm here. The worst of it is that it was all for nothing. Instead of putting a stop to the revolt, it escalated it, and the result is this chaos we have today.
That's true enough, sir. But I must admit now, I'm not sure what your position is. The king is incompetent, but we must protect him?
The simple truth, gentlemen, is that for all of Wenceslas's faults, we have no one else.
So we'll have to make do with his idleness.
People like him, though.
But what can we do now? Sigismund has the League of Lords behind him. Otto von Bergholf, Heinrich von Rosenberg.
The situation has gotten completely out of control. Now even the nobles of the League of Lords are realizing that Sigismund wasn't the right choice.
So now Bergholf is on your side. Are we to assemble an army together with him and face Sigismund on the field of battle?
We're not in Hungary now. Such affairs may be settled elegantly, without unnecessary hostilities or expenses. I have negotiated an alliance with the Hungarian bishops, the Polish, and of course the Czech nobility, against Sigismund. Every day he is losing the ground under his feet, and that's why I need your help too.
What kind of help, though? Sigismund has a massive army, and Rosenberg, Berghof, and Prague are behind him. Do you have an army you could face him with?
But that's not what I mean at all. There's been a revolt against Sigismund in Hungary, partly due to my efforts, and now he'll have to choose whether he wants to gain the Bohemian crown, which is a very risky enterprise, or hold on to the Hungarian one. He can't have both. And there's a tough struggle awaiting him in Hungary. I'm not sure he'll win, and Rosenberg and Berghof know it too. They're not stupid. If the Bohemian nobility stands together, they will turn.
We are men of little consequence, Margrave. Radzig here lost everything because of his alliance with Wenceslas. Sir Divish came within a hair of the same fate. Even Rattay is defenseless against Sigismund and the League of Lords.
What's more, your grace, King Wenceslas languishes in captivity in Vienna. He can't rule too well from there.
And what do you propose? To sit with your arms folded till the Bohemian lands are turned to ashes like scarlets? We have to put a stop to this senseless war.
And do you know, sir, what the true position of the League of Lords is?
I'm not on the best of terms with them at this moment, so you'll have to ask them yourselves.
Yes. Why not? I'll go and visit Berghof at his castle and we'll see what he tells me.
You know, that's not such a bad idea, young sir.
True. Though a little risky.
I doubt Berghof would harm a blue-blooded envoy. And you can find out what he has to say about developments and what the League of Lords is planning. Then we'll decide what to do next.
I'll help you compose a letter to him.
I'd like Henry to come with me.
Why not? He's proven himself an able investigator, and he'll also be a good bodyguard if anything should happen.
And I'll send Sir John here to Kuttenberg to be my eyes and ears there. I believe both your reports will help us get a better grip on the situation.
When can you set out?
Just as soon as I've packed my things.
Excellent. Margrave Jobst and I will draft a letter. Get ready, and we'll meet back here.
Czyżby główna kampania dopiero się rozpoczynała? No dobrze. Porozmawiaj z ojcem. Gdzie jest ojciec? Ojciec.
What isn't really the issue. The question is how.
Tu jesteś.
We need to learn where they stand on liberating.
Przepraszam.
So, it looks like you're off on a mission.
Yes. I can't wait.
I don't want to dampen your spirits, my boy, but watch out. These are evil times, and who knows what can happen along the way. Not to mention that Bergov is no saint.
Don't worry.
I know. You've shown you can fend for yourself, but do take care. You'll be traveling as Lord Capon's bodyguard. You'll be there to make sure nothing untoward happens to him. Keep your eyes peeled and your ears wide open. What Bergov tells you is one thing, but what you see may be quite another.
Rest assured, Father.
And don't get embroiled in anything else. Just hand over the letter, hear out his reply, and return.
Yes.
Very well. Bergov is at Trotsky Castle. I think you'll find it quite an eye-opener. It's one of the finest castles in the land. It's 3 days' ride from here, so unless you hit a snag along the way, you'll be back soon enough.
O,
Any
wiele.
questions?
Relacje między Luksemburczykami.
I'm getting a bit lost in the Luxembourg lineage. It all seems a bit too tangled.
The Luxembourgs have ruled the Empire and Bohemia for almost 100 years now. Emperor Charles brought this land to prominence. When he was in power, things had never been so good. Wenceslas and Sigismund are his sons, but by different mothers. Jobst and Prokop are their cousins. They were entrusted with governing Moravia. But instead, they've been in a bitter armed feud for years, and now Sigismund's fallen out with Wenceslas. Wenceslas also had another brother, the youngest, John of Görlitz, who was most probably poisoned. They seem like a hot-blooded lot. It's hard to keep up with their affairs, since they tend to change their alliances from one day to the
Dobrze,
next.
kim jest ten Jobst?
Who is he really, this Jobst?
The cousin of King Wenceslas. He's the Margrave of Moravia. I admit I don't know what to make of him myself. Until recently, he was allied with the League of Lords. For a time, he even served Rupert of the Palatinate against the king. And now suddenly, he's reversed his position. I don't know what led him to do it, and one can't help being suspicious. It's best to keep a watchful eye on him, but he really is the leader of the resistance against Sigismund these days. We'll just have to see how it all turns
Dobrze.
out.
Znaleźć Wacława?
I'm a bit concerned so many people seem to think so little of King Wenceslas. You knew him, didn't you? What's he really like?
Well, there's no straightforward answer to that question. He certainly makes a great hunting and drinking companion, but he can be very fiery and impetuous when things don't go how he'd like them. He never had much of a head for high office. He finds it tiresome. But once a man's grasped the scepter, it's hard to let it go again. You can't just abscond. You've seen for yourself what happens when he disappears for a few months. Better a bad but legitimate king than a bloody war over the throne.
Ale kim jest Prokop?
Who is this Prokop that Job spoke of?
Jobst's brother, the king's cousin. He and Jobst warred over Moravian supremacy for years. Then they were allies for a while, betrayed Wenceslas and sided with Rupert of the Palatinate. But after Sigismund abducted Wenceslas, Prokop fomented a revolt against him, and Sigismund had him captured. Politics. Make of it what you will. I, for one, can't make head or tail of it most of the
Unia
time.
Panów.
The League of Lords and that Berghoff we're off to see. Who are they exactly?
The lords of the powerful houses. Heinrich of Rosenberg, Otto of Berghoff, Heinrich of Radetz, and others. They're unhappy with the way their influence declined after Wenceslas surrounded himself with the lesser orders of nobility. They abducted the king years ago and made him bow to their will. They got away with it that time, and now they've joined forces with Sigismund and done it again. But now it seems that Sigismund's behavior is starting to rub them up the wrong way. So they may well be thinking twice. We'll see what Berghoff has to say.
Właściwie prawie nic nie wiem o Zygmuntowi.
I don't know all that much about Sigismund.
He's the king's younger brother and king of Hungary in his own right. 7 years ago, he led a crusade against the Turks and was defeated at Nicopolis. Some say it was due to the recklessness of the French knights, most of whom were mercilessly slaughtered. Sigismund is ambitious and capable. He might well make a better ruler than Wenceslas, but he's arrogant, and to our misfortune, brutal. Not long ago, he himself was held captive by the Hungarian nobility. They dislike him as much as some of the Czech and German noblemen do his brother Wenceslas. Ironically, Wenceslas joined forces with Jobst to liberate him. And now this is how Sigismund repays his brother. There's no doubt about it, God does move in mysterious ways.
Ruprecht z Palatynatu.
Rupert of the Palatinate? That's a name I hadn't heard before today.
Rupert is the Prince-Elector of the Palatinate.
What's a Prince-Elector?
The Prince-Electors are dignitaries of the Holy Roman Empire who have the right to elect the King of the Romans, who would then be crowned Holy Roman Emperor by the Pope. Rupert took the title for himself with the help of 3 other Prince-Electors, even though Wenceslas had already been appointed. Some of the nobility in the empire recognized Rupert's claim, but when he went to Rome to be crowned emperor, it turned into a fiasco. Now he's doing his utmost to get Wenceslas to acknowledge him, but so far without success. So, now we have 2 kings of the Romans. Jobst sided with Sigismund for a while, but now he switched allegiance. He seems to do that quite a lot.
Ten młodzian, pan Jan z Liechtensteina.
That young man, Sir John of Liechtenstein. Why is he here?
The Liechtensteins are a powerful Austrian family with estates in Austria and Moravia. Sir John sits on Jobst's council. Since the king's being held captive in Vienna, I suppose it makes sense to have a powerful Austrian house as allies. It could be very useful.
To chyba wszystko.
That's about all.
Very well. Take the letter from Sir Hanush. And good luck, son.
Dobra. Hanusz, weź list.
So what do you think of it all?
Od Hanusza czy od Jobsta? Kurczę, fajnie.
I believe we have written it well, gentlemen.
Without a doubt. No one could deduce from this whether we are Sigismund's allies or foes.
I must travel back to Brno now, but soon I will go to Brandenburg and I will stop here on the way back. By then, Sir Capon should be back and we can discuss how to proceed.
Right. Before you leave, my lord, there is one thing that gives me no rest. Why did Sigismund come as a foe? It makes no sense.
If I may, sir, I think I can explain.
Oh, please enlighten us, young sir.
I live not far from Hungary, where Sigismund reigns. It is a savage country, and the constant war with the Turks has hardened the people. They need a monarch with an iron hand. So when Sigismund felt the wind of revolt, he reacted as he would at home. Only what works on the Hungarian nobles does not work here in Bohemia.
Bringing order is one thing, but slaughtering and pillaging with a horde of barbarians quite another. What purpose does that serve?
But Sigismund did give the Bohemian nobles a chance to take his side. It was only when they refused his ultimatum that he lost patience and took to the sword.
As for the barbarians, he could afford nothing better. The Hungarian nobility would gain nothing from joining his campaign in Bohemia. He didn't have enough coin for a regular army, and so he recruited the Cumans. What he does not pay them, they make up for in plunder.
But in the end, he didn't have enough to even satisfy the Cumans. That's why he raided Kuttenberg and Skalitz. He wanted the silver.
That makes sense.
My lords, how's the letter coming along?
It's done.
Then we can be on our way.
Now remember what we said, boy. All you have to do is deliver the letter, listen to the answer, and come back here. Don't provoke Berghoff in any way.
Provoke?
Jasne, kurde.
Never, uncle. We'll be back in a few days. Farewell, your graces. Come, Henry, my men are waiting.
I wish you Godspeed.
Kurczę. Ciekawy odcinek. No ale cóż. Gratulacje, jakoś nie ukończyłeś główny wątek. Jeżeli chcesz, możesz wciąż wykonywać zadania poboczne lub poprzechadzać się po świecie. Grę możesz ukończyć kiedykolwiek, dołączając do oddziału pana Ptaszka. Aha, czyli to jednak jest koniec. No dobra. Nie ma co czekać. Ukończmy grę. Myślałem, że to może być jakiś ten. No ma to sens, no. Zobaczymy, jak to się kończy. Dzisiaj jest naprawdę długi odcinek. Tak, ja tak na poważnie. Ptaszku, czas zakończyć grę.
God be with you, lad. What can
Nie byłeś w domu, jak się czujesz? Nie, trzeba poczekać chyba. O, mój koń. On będzie tu czekał, czy... Tak, będzie tu czekał, no to chodźmy. Skończmy to.
So, can we set off?
Nie mogę się doczekać.
Of course. I can't wait.
So, to horse! The Lord of Burgov is bound to be waiting us eagerly.
Jedź za panem Ptaszkiem. Jedźmy za panem Ptaszkiem. Ale ja jadę koło niego. Bo ja jestem tego samego rozmiaru co on teraz. Ja już jestem w hierarchii podobnej co on. Czy on ma wyciągnięty miecz? Ciekawe. Mam nadzieję, że nie będę musiał całej drogi.
So, how is life as a highborn bastard?
I'm getting used to it.
What about Rodzig? Has he accounted for not owning up to you the whole time?
He explained it. All will be well, I think.
Glad to hear it. It's far more acceptable for a nobleman to befriend a noble bastard.
O ty chuju mały.
Blacksmith's son.
Mind you, don't come to blows with a blacksmith, my young lord.
Ciekawe, czy będą jeszcze jakieś niespodzianki.
What do you think about Sir Jobst and his plan?
Well, I admit all the scheming has me a little lost. I thought Sigismund was the devil, Wenceslas a martyr, those on his side the heroes, and those against him the villains. I believed we'd rescue the king and all would be well again, but now it looks a lot more
Polityka.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't expect the noble lords to be as noble as the angels, but I hadn't expected such a sewer. They behave like children.
I can't fathom how after all this backstabbing they're somehow still on speaking terms.
I don't know either. Beggars
No.
belief.
Nie wiem, co mógłbym wam mówić, abyście się nie znudzili, ale myślę, że rozkoszowanie się tą śliczną przejażdżką jest jedyną, co...
Did you know that King Wenceslas is such a
Feckless drunkard? Not really. And to be honest, I'm not sure I wanted to know. I slept better believing my fate was watched over by a wise and powerful monarch.
So did I.
What a dismal world when you can't keep trusting your own king.
On the other hand, times were better with him here than with him gone.
Isn't that the truth?
Dobra. Nie wiem, czemu on idzie tędy. Nasi żołnierze idą tam. No właściwie to jego, ale ten... Czekajcie, ja sobie tutaj pójdę. On się pojawił tam? Czy gdzie? Czemu on jest tam? O co tu chodzi? Porozmawiaj z panem Ptakiem. Gdzie on jest? On jest tu? What the fuck? No dobra, biegnijmy. Czemu go to tam... What the fuck? No dobra, biegnijmy. Przynajmniej jazda konna nam się jeszcze bardziej zwiększy. Ale odcinek będzie długi, chyba 2 godziny będzie miał. Jezus Maria, ile to się będzie uploadowało. Ale w końcu skończyliśmy grę tak naprawdę. Dobra, tu już jest Neuhof. A my musimy tam do lasu jechać. Ciekawe mnie, czy to już jest naprawdę koniec gry. W taki sposób, że... Czy będzie druga część? Czy będzie tak, jakby to powiedzieć, jakieś rozszerzenie, które będzie kończyć grę. Zobaczymy. Kolejny krzyż pokutny. Czy tu jest jego obóz? O, gra została zapisana. Co ty tu robisz? Elo, szczurze!
How about it, Henry?
Jasne.
Here we go. Are you ready?
Of course. At last.
Quite.
Koniec. Czyli teraz będzie kolejna scena.
Let's get to it then. I finally have the feeling we're doing something worthwhile. We're helping to save the king.
Instead of saving his drunken majesty, I'd rather find that horseman who murdered my parents, get the sword back from him, and skewer him with it.
Cheer up, Henry. I have a feeling you'll get your chance one day, and it won't be long in coming. Forward, men! Audentes fortuna juvat!
Koniec. Fajnie, fajnie. Na pewno ma potencjał na drugą część ta gra, jednakże nie wiem w jakim stopniu to będzie. Czy to będzie DLC, czy nie wiem. Ponieważ jestem bardzo ciekawy, jak to się dalej skończy. Czy w końcu Henryk odzyska swój miecz, czy nie uda mu się. Znając moje szczęście i znając szczęście Henryka grającego jako moja postać, to nie odzyska. Naciśnij A. Kontynuuj. Jeśli jesteś brudny, nie musisz od razu biec do najbliższej jaźni. Tam chyba coś jeszcze było, bo słyszałem jakieś ognisko, a ja sobie to przerwałem. Aha. Biegniemy! Tak więc dziękuję wam za oglądanie. Odcineczek oraz cała seria mi się bardzo podobała. Już mam pozwolenie. Seria była zacna. Za niedługo możecie się spodziewać następnej seryjki na moim kanale. Nie wiem, z czego to będzie gra. Mam nadzieję, że będzie równie ciekawa. A może będziemy... Wolałbym robić same nowe gry, jednakże mój komputer nie może sobie pozwolić na takie rzeczy. Nie wiem w sumie. Hej, Karadzik. Łuk. I... Pam! A, nie boi się. Zastrzelę mu w tarczę. Dobrze. Dziękuję wam za oglądanie. Seria była zacna, jak już to powiedziałem. Kurczę, mam nadzieję, że następna gra, w którą będziemy grać, również przypadnie wam do gustu i... Chyba że będę robił jakieś pojedyncze filmiki z danych gier. Zobaczymy. Na razie, cześć, czołem.